Question: explain how information asymmetry distorts both insurance markets and internal corporate decision-making. Your answer must integrate adverse selection, moral hazard, governance, and reporting. 10 marks. Section 1. Interpretation and key points. Quick awareness check. The power gap, information asymmetry, is simply when one person knows more than the other. External distortion. In the market, the buyer knows more about their secret risks than the insurer, adverse selection, and may take more risks once they are covered, moral hazard. Internal distortion. In a company, the technical expert knows more than the board member. If the expert hides bad news in a complex report, governance fails. The actuary's role: to act as a bridge that collapses the information gap through clear communication. Section 2. Logic breakdown. 1. Market distortion, external. Information asymmetry creates a market for lemons. Adverse selection occurs because the insurer cannot distinguish between high and low risks. If they charge an average price, the low risks leave, and the insurer is left with a loss-making pool. Moral hazard follows, as the safety net of insurance encourages riskier behavior, e.g., leaving a car unlocked. 2. Corporate distortion, internal. Asymmetry exists between the first line, business units, and the board. This is the principal agent problem. Managers may selectively report green indicators on reporting dashboards to secure bonuses, while hiding tail risks that they understand but the board does not. 3. Governance failures. Governance is undermined when boards rely on model outputs without understanding the underlying assumptions. If the technical staff does not communicate the uncertainty of a model, the board makes blind strategic decisions, believing they are protected when they are not. 4. Reporting as a double-edged sword. Reporting is meant to fix asymmetry, but information overload or selective aggregation can actually worsen it. A 200-page report can be used to hide the truth in plain sight, a tactic that professional standards are designed to prevent. Section 3. High distinction model answer. Information asymmetry is a fundamental market friction that distorts both external insurance pricing and internal governance. In insurance markets, asymmetry leads to adverse selection, where the hidden characteristics of policyholders result in a pool of risks that is systematically worse than the insurer's pricing assumptions. This is compounded by moral hazard, where the hidden behavior of the insured changes post-contract, increasing claim frequency and severity. These distortions force insurers to implement costly treatment measures, such as deductibles or strict underwriting, which can reduce market efficiency and create a protection gap for lower-risk individuals. Internally, information asymmetry manifests as the principal agent problem. Senior management and boards, the principals, rely on specialized staff, the agents, to provide the data necessary for strategic decisions. This creates a risk where specialists may use complex reporting or model-driven jargon to obscure underlying fragilities or poor performance. If the board cannot look through the dashboards, the firm's governance becomes superficial. This internal asymmetry often leads to misaligned incentives, where business units take on excessive tail risk to meet short-term targets, knowing the board lacks the technical depth to challenge the assumptions. To mitigate these distortions, the actuarial control cycle emphasizes the communication of results. Professionalism dictates that the actuary must reduce asymmetry by explaining not just the expected value, but the limitations, uncertainties, and trade-offs of any proposal. Effective governance requires appropriate challenge from the second and third lines of defense to verify that the information flowing to the board is a true and fair representation of the firm's risk profile. Without this commitment to transparency, information asymmetry will inevitably lead to a breakdown in trust and a failure of long-term sustainability.